Hi, this is Dr. Joan Friedman. Welcome to Twin Tuesday. I have an interesting issue to talk about today. I got an email from a woman who has identical twin girls who are about 2.5. And she explained that she's at home with them. She's not working. And when her husband comes home, who is working, the girls become very, very clingy and they want to be with daddy all the time, yelling about him. And in fact, it's gotten so bad that even if they try to go out, for example, to visit the grandparents, the girls are screaming and yelling. And so it's making it very difficult for them to even go out because this clingy, angry behavior is happening all over the place. So mom said, what shall I do? Well, first of all, I think it's really important to know that you can never battle with a toddler. You can't win. So even if there's one, it's impossible. And with two, it's insurmountable. So I think what's happened with these little girls is that they've learned how to exert their power, and they're doing it when their daddy comes home. But it could have been about anything. It just happens to be with dad. And of course, this can happen with a singleton, this behavior, because toddlers want what they want when they want it. And they want to be in control, which is why it's impossible to fight with them. So, but when you have two doing this kind of things and battling you, it's just feels overwhelming. So I would like to suggest that this mom has to really start recognizing that she can't let these girls run amok with what it is they want and what they feel. So I would suggest that she prepare the girls to say, when daddy comes home tonight, we aren't going to be yelling and screaming and clinging. We're going to have a new routine that one of you can be with daddy for 10 minutes by yourself, and you can decide what you'd like to do. Maybe you'd like to read a book or play a game. And then it's going to be your sister's turn, and she can have 10 minutes with dad alone also. And when your alone time is over, then we're all going to settle down and be a nice family where we're not going to be yelling and screaming that you want your dad. Well, it's one thing to prepare them so they know what's to come, but mom also has to be prepared for a lot of tantruming because they're going to be upset that they're not going to get their way, and they've been getting their way about this for quite a while. So this is sort of positive tantrum things that you have to be able to anticipate because it's a normal part of a toddler's development. But the goal is to try to really nip it in the bud much more quick than what's happened in this case, because otherwise it gets very much out of control, like it has been for mom and dad and these two girls. So again, try to remember that children feel much more in control when there's limits and boundaries. And even though there's yelling and screaming, it doesn't mean that they don't want boundaries and controls. It simply means they don't know any better because toddlers can't make any sense of what's going around about around them, except to know that they're yelling and screaming and they want what they want. But they do really need to be corralled by their parents so that they can ultimately feel safe and secure. So I hope it's not going to take too long for this family to get back in control and to not have the girls out of control inside of the house and outside of the house, because it makes life so much more difficult than it already is when you're trying to raise identical twin toddlers. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.